First flew the airplane in the summer of 1991 when we were doing the initial testing on the airplane for the issue of the permit to fly. I had flown the Charles Church Bouchon a fair bit before that, so I was used to Messerschmitts overall. And the thing that struck me was that it handled very similarly, but it was considerably quieter because with the inverted V engine, the exhausts are at the bottom, whereas with the Bouchon with the Merlin engine, the exhaust at the top, that was an extremely noisy airplane. So that was the biggest thing that hit me the first time I flew this. Flying this because it is such a genuine original aeroplane in terms of the cockpit, and so it gives you a very original flavour of what the airplane was like. It's also got some fairly tricky handling qualities, so it's a challenge to fly it, and I always like a challenge, so that to actually get in and fly it and to do a good display does give you a great sense of satisfaction. On takeoff and landing, then the directional stability is fairly low, so that it doesn't want to keep pointing straight down the runway, and once it starts to get away from you, then you've got to get on top of it very quickly to stop it ground looping. So from that point of view, it's a lot trickier than a lot of the other airplanes of this period. Once you're airborne, then the directional stability on the airplane is fairly low again, so you need to coordinate any manoeuvres with rudder to a far greater extent than a lot of the other fighters of the period. But the rudder forces are fairly low, it's fairly easy to apply, but it's just to fly the airplane well, then you've got to be very precise and put a lot of work into it. Again, the Bouchon used to hit a bit of a brick wall at higher speeds, whereas this is an aeroplane that's a lot sleeker, wants to go faster, and it will certainly dive to far greater speeds than the Bouchon, and you can hold sufficient speed for looping manoeuvres during the display far more easily. In terms of the speeds, then for a display I use very similar speeds to a lot of the other similar powered fighters. The Spitfire, you can get away with flying manoeuvres a bit slower and a bit less height over the top of the loop. But it's within the sort of spectrum of speeds that you use for other fighters like this. Power settings, again, we use it at a maximum continuous power setting, so that we're always very mindful trying to conserve engine life. Landing, as soon as you've actually touched down, then you've basically lost your control effectiveness, so that you've got to three-point it because it's got a lockable tail wheel, so that the tail wheel will then help you to keep going straight. If you try to do a wheeler landing, then it's fraught with dangers.